Hello everybody, welcome back to the Craft Beer Hub. We've got day number 19 of the Trembling Madness Advent Calendar that I've cleverly named Trembling Madvent. Look at me. Right, we're on the bottom row now. We are on day number 19. The last beer out was a different twist on a classic pale. Well, it's a modern classic really. It was a twist on Daya's Steady Rolling Man. I believe it was hot with Strata and it was absolutely delicious. I think I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. I really enjoyed that one, which was a little bit better than the beer before. That was a little bit better than the beer that preceded it. But anyway, we're back on a roll now. We're back on a roll. What have we got behind window number 19? Let's have a little look. Okay. Is that a 500 can? It is a 500 can. It's hard to tell because the ring light makes me look bright. It makes the room look bright. But actually, it's not the brightest thing back there, especially when I'm casting the shadow. We have got a Donzoko Citra. Oh, it's a Pils. I thought it said Citra Pale for some reason. I've had a long day at work. A Donzoko Citra Pils, which marks the first lager. So the first lager has hit the Trembling Madness Advent Calendar on the 19th day. 500ml can. A Pils. Lovely. Absolutely love Pils. I love a lager and I love a Pils. I really enjoyed it. I hadn't had a proper Pils lager. I had an Alsatian Pils from Pressure Drop that I really enjoyed. That was like 6.3%. That was quite pokey. And I've got the beer monster down here that you can't see. I done a mini keg of Bitburger Pils. A mini keg of Bitburger Pils in a night on a live. And I just absolutely loved it. Bitburger, 5 litre mini keg out of the beer monster. It just made absolute sense. So this puts a big smile on my face. Probably not the beer. This is no reflection on what Trembling Madness put in. I think this. I've had Donzoko beers before. This should be very good. Probably not the beer I would choose because it's about -6 outside at the moment. But it's a Pils lager. I've got to shut up moaning. Paul's beer reviews. We got a WhatsApp chat. Paul's like, you always moan about your beers. Like, I don't. It's just always. It's much like the opposite to gambling, isn't it? A gambler only tells you about the bets he's won, never about the ones that's lost. It's kind of the same with beer when you review it. You expect good beer, so the bad ones get a bit more publicity than the good ones. For me, anyway. But anyway, enough waffling. Let's see what we've got here. It's a 5% beer in a 500ml can from Donzoko. We'll find out all about Donzoko in a bit. I have had Donzoko beers before. I couldn't even tell you where they're from. I did buy a Donzoko beer for a local bottle shop to me in East Anglia that specialises in local beer. But I've not seen anything of Donzoko since. So I don't know if they're going to be local to me. Let's get a glass. Ah, yes. I've got a selection of glasses underneath. I've got some kind of tumblers, I've got stemmed glasses, I've got an Allegra glass, but excuse the watermark that I've just seen on this Schneider Weiss glass. I've had this Schneider Weiss glass down there now for the past 19 days, hoping we might get a lager or two because I've really got into my lagers this year. So let's use it. Let's get the beer open then. It feels quite tense. It's just going to go with a bit of a pop, this one, I think. Yeah, there you go. Poof. Lovely spit and smoky can opening. Boom, here we go. Pils lagers then. They're normally super fresh. They're probably one of my earliest drinking experiences as well. Haferoda. We used to do oh, this is kind of hazy, look. It's kind of hazy, okay. We used to go to, it's going to make me sound really posh now, and I promise you I'm not. We used to go to Hicksted, which is a show jumping place, and that always used to be, as kids, and that used to be sponsored by Haferoda. If anyone remembers Haferoda, I think they're still going. And my dad and my dad's friend John, they used to get absolutely slaughtered there on. They used to get absolutely slaughtered there on Haferoda. And me and my mate Andrew, similar age to me, we used to go around minesweeping at about 12 years old, getting absolutely slaughtered. Anyway, what have we got? Enough of me rambling. Look at that carbonation, by the way. Let's tap the back of the camera. Can you see that carbonation? It's absolutely kicking off in there. There's no widget in here at all. A one finger, white foamy head, cloudy, puffy foamy head. The beer is a very light straw coloured beer. It's hazy. It's a I don't think I've ever had a hazy. I don't even think the Pressure Drop Alsatian Pils was hazy. This is the first hazy Pils I can remember drinking. But in the glass, it looks absolutely insane, especially in this Schneider Weiss glass that's about 2 meters tall. Let's get an aroma then, see what we get. Oh, beautiful bread, bready malts. Big whack of lime and lemon, predominantly lime out of this. But yeah, those malts, it smells like, it's not even sweet bread. I don't think it's going to be an overly sweet beer, this. It literally smells like you just opened a bag of bread out of the bakery or walked past the bakery. That beautiful, beautiful bready smell. That smells absolutely delicious. Let's go in. Cheers, everybody. Oh my God. That's absolutely delicious. Oh, I'll put the can there. I was kind of thinking, I just had a look over there. I was like, why isn't this can in shot? You're gonna probably just have to put up with it there. Yeah, refreshing, crisp, clean. It's beautifully breaded to start with. Carbonation's absolutely kicking off. And then very quickly move into a lovely hoppy phase. Lime. There is a bit of grapefruit right at the back that's sticking around with a bit of bitterness. Dry, sort of a drying bitterness. But yeah, it's all about the malts to start with. It's semi-sweet, it's bready, it's absolutely lovely. And then very quickly you get a whacking great hit of limey citrus. It's not lemon in the flavour, it's all lime. And that kind of settles down, and then you kind of think the beer's over, and then there's like a lovely grapefruity dry and bitterness at the back. And it is really, really good. I wish I had this 4 months ago when it was like 52 degrees outside and everyone was dying in the sunshine. I'm not normally the biggest fan of hop lagers, I will say that. I've got some of the best Oktoberfest beers up the top. I've got the Hofbrau, I've got the Augustiner Brau, the Hacker Schwarmarsen. I'm not a fan of Adnam's dry hopped. This is obviously going to be very different, but if I think of dry hop lagers, the first one I think of is Adnam's dry hopped. But this works, and I tell you why it works. It's the hop they've used and the way they've used it. So you get a lovely, the hop isn't too aggressive, it's not been overly hopped to the point where it takes over, like very quickly, the hops take over the malt characteristic of the beer, and it kind of loses, for me a lager loses its refreshing point at that, when the hops take over. The hops hit quite late, and the way the hops hit is lime. Like, lager and lime was kind of a classic drink back in the 80s, and if you've never had a lager and lime, just, I don't know, a lot of people will be shouting at me, but just dop a bit of lime cordial in your beer. It makes it more refreshing. But it's not overpowering. The beer's still quite malty at the lime, and then the malt kind of finishes there. The beer washes down your throat, and then you get hit with this lovely, refreshing, drying, bitter grapefruit that almost, and I will say it all the time with the dry and bitterness, it almost cleans your mouth out to go again. And when you go again, you know you're going to get a beautiful malty beer that's with lime, and it's kind of just rinse and repeat all the time. Yeah, this is really good from Donzoko. I absolutely love it. So it's all about the malts. And then the lime hits. And then the grapefruit hits with that dry bitterness. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Let's have a look at this can art then. kind of a cool kind of see-through wrap. A Citra Pils single hop Pils lager at 5%. Donzoko foamy beers for good times, brewed and canned by Donzoko Brewing Company in Edinburgh. Okay, so they are absolutely nowhere near Norfolk. It was canned on the 28th of October. So I don't think that's bad. And it goes out of date on the 28th of August next year. The can design was done by Sean Edgar. The ingredients are water, barley, malted barley, hops and yeast. Vegan friendly. Boom. That is one of the best lagers I've had all year. That's a great shout for best lager of the year. It looks right. It tastes right. The way the hops have been used is perfect for me. Not that I'm much of a brewer. I haven't got much of a brewing knowledge. So the home brewers, get in the chat, get in the comments if you think I've pulled a wrong in there. But just the way they've used the hops in this beer, the malt still shines every single day of the week. But there's so much hop characteristic in there that just keeps a craft beer drinker interested. That's really good from Donzoko. How would I rate it then? Have a guess. Of course it's a 5 out of 5. Absolutely delicious lager. What am I talking about? Yeah, there you go. Donzoko. This is only the second beer I've had from Donzoko. Was it the second beer or third beer? I can't remember. I haven't had much from Donzoko, and that is absolutely brilliant. Probably one of the best. I don't remember a Donzoko beer being better than that. Yeah, thanks very much, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like and subscribe if you would be so kind. I was trying to talk so fast, I can't do it yet. See you on the next one. Cheers.